Hey guys, my name is Jacob and I'm a volunteer at Historic Bethesda Park. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Moravian clothing today. So the Moravians have some really interesting views on clothing, and they decide in the 18th century that they want to use their clothing to reflect some of their religious beliefs. This is mainly done by a man named Count Zinzendorf. In about the 1740s, he decides that all Moravians should look a certain way and that it should set them apart from the rest of the world. Now, Moravians believed in what's called equality of spirit. So all people in Moravian beliefs have equal spirits. No one is better than the other. Count Zinzendorf, the man in charge of the Moravian church, wanted to reflect this in the way that people dressed, especially in the way that Moravian sisters dressed. One of the ways that he does that is he puts all Moravian sisters, he makes a rule where Moravian sisters are supposed to wear peasant clothing. What this looks like to us today is they're going to be wearing petticoats just like everyone else, and they're going to be wearing a tight-fitted jacket. These jackets, they could wear different colors and different patterns based off of different religious services. So around Easter, you would see them wearing white or white with blue stripes, and that's to signify the cleansing of Christ's blood. And as they go through the century, these rules change a little bit. One of the biggest things that sets a Moravian apart from everyone else, though, is their cap. The cap is called the Zwerchenhaube, or the sister's cap. And if you look at it carefully, you'll notice that it's made up of a couple different pieces. There's a tight-fitting cap that goes around the sister's head. It's going to hide her hair. And then there's a second band made of a much more lightweight material that wraps around the head and ties in the back. Now, this band is used to signify Christ's sacrifice, and it's believed that the overall cap design was actually taken from a peasant from a nearby town, Herrenhut, the Moravian headquarters during the 18th century. So these guidelines for women were really adapted in the 1740s, 1750s, and the 1760s. When Count Zinzendorf passes away in 1760, these restrictions become a little bit more relaxed. And as we go forward into the 18th century, by the 1770s and especially by the 1780s, we see Moravian women still wearing the fitted jackets with set-in sleeves that lace in the front, but now they're starting to use new material, more exciting material, more fashionable material, with stripes and plaids and of a nicer fabric. You see the same thing happening in menswear. Men are not nearly as restricted as women are as far as their dress goes. A lot of men are going to be dressed as I am right now. This is my portrayal of what a 1760s Moravian brother would look like. This is pretty fashionable for the time, not much different than what settlers around Bethesda would be wearing. As you go into the 1770s, 1780s, men's clothing is allowed to progress. We can tell with extant artwork, and we can see that men's clothing is allowed to progress with fashion, maybe staying a little bit behind, but not too much. And we know of one specific instance in the 1780s where the elders of the church released a rule saying that men need to make sure their waistcoat skirts are long and covering the flap of their breeches, because the flap of the breeches is a lot like the fly on modern jeans and is seen as not entirely appropriate. So with that comes progress, and with that comes changing in clothes. And by the 19th century, the sisters really seem to be pushing against things. They're starting to abandon the jacket, move to more fashionable English and American wear, especially here in North America. And by the 18-teens, we know that sisters up north in Pennsylvania are actually pushing against the elders there to make a new rule where they no longer have to wear the Zwerchen, or as they call it, the Schnappelhaube. They're able to wear actually a more fashionable English cap. If you have more questions on Moravian clothing, stop by and visit us at Historic Bethesda. We have lots of cool displays and information to share with you. Thank you guys for watching this video and learning a little bit about Moravian clothing.